He's Brian Baumgartner. He plays Kevin Malone on the great show The Office, their final season there. And we were talking about this. One of our favorite episodes is when you had the basketball game with The Office in the warehouse. And all of a sudden, Kevin goes off like Jimmy Chitwood in Hoosiers. And I thought, wow, I wonder if that was in the script that's the way it was going to be. And Brian Baumgartner joins us now. How did that script come up, Brian?
100% skill, Dan.
Well, I did see your shooting. I mean, you can shoot, but did they know on the set that you were that good a shooter?
No, actually, that was an add-on. And I mean, it sort of worked out because in the script, Michael misjudges Kevin, as a lot of people do. And really, it was John Krasinski and I were just like messing around, playing horse, playing a little one-on-one, and the producers saw it and thought, all right, let's give it a shot. And it was one take. This is my proudest sports moment. So let me just revel in it, Dan.
All right.
One take, 13 in a row from about 15 feet. In a suit jacket and tie.
Wow.
Yeah.
What if they would have cut that out?
Well, you know what? They did in a way, because there wasn't enough time on national television to play all of the make. So I think that they go for like 3 or 4, and then on the DVD they show them all in a row. But they were like, okay, at some point this is only exciting for him.
Who would be the last guy picked if there was a pickup game on The Office in a game of hoops?
Well, that would be true. It would be Leslie David Baker, who plays Stanley, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
He would be.
Wait, I couldn't. Stanley as just a pick?
You mean who would be the worst person to play basketball? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be Stanley.
Okay,
sure.
But he could set some picks for me.
I'm not sure.
Oh, couldn't even do that?
I don't know. I don't know if he could slide over. I don't know if he could. I don't know if it. No, I don't know.
Can John Krasinski play?
John can play. Yeah, John can play. I mean, he's not as good as me. Let's be really clear, but he can play.
And then you ended up in the NBA 2K13.
That's crazy. I'm in the 2K game. I don't know what I don't see. First I'm like, yeah, I'm in the NBA 2K game, and then it's like me and Bieber.
Yeah.
We're not exactly similar.
Okay, shooting contest. You and Justin Bieber. Me. No doubt.
I'll tell you another story because I'm proud. I'm for some reason really bragging this morning. All-star 3-point shooting contest. Now, 3-point in pro, that's a long way.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, it's a long way.
Yep.
Me and Terrell Owens had about like 4 or 5 shootout rounds to make it to the finals of the celebrity 3-point shooting contest. He eventually took me down, but I was pretty proud of that. Just going 4 or 5 rounds, one-on-one.
Did you trash talk?
Everyone else had been eliminated.
Did you trash talk T.O. at all?
No, he scared me. I wasn't going to do that.
He's Brian Baumgartner. He plays Kevin from The Office, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Final season for you guys. But what was the episode where you looked at the script and you went, "Uh-oh, I think we're going too far"?
I'm gonna. I can't answer that, Dan. I'd say we never have gone too far.
Kevin,
this is our choice to go out in style, right?
Wait! I just called you Kevin again. You know what? And I did that to you at the Super Bowl in Dallas.
Yeah, you did.
I know, and you had
That's
2
okay.
blondes with you, and I go, "Hey, Kevin," and then it was it's Brian. So I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Come on,
All right.
Come on, Dan.
I'm sorry, Brian. I'm sorry, but there has to be an episode. This is a final season. You don't have to worry about any repercussions here. What was the one where you went, okay, is it race or religion or Michael or what? There had to be one episode where you went, boy, I don't know about this one.
Well, I'll tell you, actually, I didn't understand your question. If you go back, the very second episode we did, Diversity Day, right? And we were filming that, and this was the second episode we ever did. And I read that script, and I went, Oh, wow. And because of my sense of humor, it's right in line with it. I went, this is unbelievable, but we may never survive. Like, if we survive this and people get it and give it a chance, we might have a good run.
But how tough is it when you're toying with, or going right up to the edge with serious topics, but trying to add humor and doing it on network TV?
Well, see, to me, that's what television should be. I mean, I don't mean now it's all, I'm bragging and now I'm preaching, but I mean, really, our show, since like All in the Family, in a way, I mean, there was a long period of time where dealing with, characters who are potentially bigoted or misogynistic or whatever else, like it became something that the networks wouldn't do. And, thankfully we had some people in charge and a guy who created, the format, Ricky Gervais, who was bold enough to say, let's give it a try and really look at ourselves by looking through these characters in a new way. And so I'm actually tremendously proud of that aspect of the show. I love that about it, that we've been able to do that, whether it's about women or, different races. So, yeah.
And I also thought
homosexuality. Sorry.
When you started, it seemed like you had limited dialogue. At what point did they say, let's sort of explore your character and let Kevin sort of come out a little bit?
I mean, I think season 2 to some degree, and then I think that we had, I guess that was like around 4 when there was. We called it the joke that has been laying its seeds for 4 years, which was Holly thinking Kevin is slow. That sort of exploded it a little bit more. And then I guess like the last 2 or 3 years.
But I also like that Kevin then played up the fact he might be a little bit slow to gather even more sympathy or love from her in the moment. But also your delivery. Was it always the same that Kevin, sort of spoke in that monotone, halted way?
He started. I mean, you're calling me out a little bit, Dan, but this is the justification. Basically, in the very beginning, he really didn't speak, and he was based on this British character that really didn't speak at all. I mean, like a rock was, had an equal personality to the original sort of origin of the character and the British character. But what happened was, thankfully, I guess, for me, the writer started writing for me. So I started to have to say more things. And so it became like, oh, I do this now? Weird. I didn't know that. And so, as an actor sort of justification, I justified it by saying Kevin was very, very shy of the cameras and the documentary crew when they first came into the office. And as he became more comfortable, his personality, his sort of size of speaking came out. He always sort of had that low tone, but sort of the exact way developed. Much like Homer Simpson, which the character has sort of turned into. So,
how would Kevin answer this question? The funniest person off camera on The Office is?
How would Kevin answer it, or Brian?
How would Kevin answer that?
Oh, funniest person off camera is probably Rainn Wilson. That's what Kevin would say.
Wait, where's Kevin's voice? I'm asking Kevin this, Brian.
Oh, sorry. I apologize, Dan.
Okay. Can you get into character?
I would say that probably Michael. Michael was really funny, but Dwight's kind of funny too, especially when he shoots things or wants to blow things up.
I like when you had to ice down your feet I thought that was. I mean, there have been great moments. It's just really to be able to survive that long. And what, you got 200 episodes?
I think that's what I think. I think the season finale this year is 200.
Have you been told how it ends?
I do. I do roughly know how it ends.
Does somebody die?
I do roughly know how it ends. And there's a lot of characters.
Oh, I know.
I can't. I mean, you know.
Okay.
I will tell you the episodes that we now have. This is actually not like. I'm not even trying to do publicity, but it's sort of coming out. The episodes that we have shot now that people haven't seen, it truly like changes television history again. What we have done with these episodes.
Okay.
I don't think that's too bold.
Okay. Here's the question for you: the character in the final episode that will be most surprised at what happens will be who? Can you at least give us that?
It's more meta than that, Dan. It's more meta than that. That's all I can say. It's more meta. You know,
Stop with don't give me the Hollywood talk. Meta.
I'm not. Actually, I'm not even giving you the Hollywood talk. I'm telling you, you know what? You're gonna start to get over the next 3 or 4 episodes. You're gonna start to, because they've been teasing out there like what's happening, which I guess I can say that like the fact that cameras have been following these people for 9 years. This is going to begin to be. I mean, they know that they've been followed, right? I mean, that's the show, right? There's a documentary crew. The documentary and the crew behind it begins to be revealed.
Ooh.
And it changes everything. That's what I'm saying, Dan.
Okay.
I'm not blowing smoke. It's different.
Does Michael Scott come back?
Now that I'll be truthful with you. I don't know.
That's meta.
It's tough. That one is tough. And I'll tell you why. Because the way, well, I'll tell you from, you know, what he thinks and all of us, the way that he left was so great. And he was tremendously proud of sort of the end of his character. And the journey that he came through from being totally obsessed with these people at work to finding a life outside of work with Holly, his bride, and moving away. And he was, like, as a person, Steve is tremendously sort of proud of how that story played out.
I wouldn't have him come back.
So it's difficult. Oh, well, there you go, Dan.
No, I wouldn't. It's too Hollywood to have him come back. And if you base this on being a little edgier and different, then don't have Michael Scott come back.
Well, there you go.
All right.
I am not saying that would be by the way, I'm not saying that would be a choice or that's what everyone wants. But I'm saying I think that's what makes it difficult for everyone, including Steve.
All right. So am I going to see you at the Super Bowl again and this time in New Orleans? Or
Absolutely.
Oh, I will.
I'll see you there, Dan.
Okay. And
yeah.
I promise I'll say, hey, Brian, not hey, Kevin.
Perfect. Hey, well, you know, when you're out here and everything's better and you're not avoiding me, we'll go play golf.
Okay. Or we can go drink beer.
Perfect. Or both.
Or both.
Either simultaneously or back to back.
I would love that. Hey, we appreciate you calling in. Thank you, Brian.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, Brian.
All right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you guys soon. Happy holidays.
You too, Brian. Brian Baumgartner.